Imagine a secretive election, centuries-old traditions, and an ancient process shrouded in mystery. A room filled with the most powerful figures of the Catholic Church, locked away from the outside world until they make a decision that will shape the future of over 1.3 billion Catholics worldwide. This is the Conclave, the process of selecting a new pope. But how exactly does the Vatican choose its leader? Let's uncover the centuries-old traditions, the intricate election process, and the fascinating facts behind the selection of the Bishop of Rome, also known as the Pope. But first, picture this. You're standing in St. Peter's Square, the air thick with anticipation. Thousands of people around you, eyes fixated on a small chimney atop the Sistine Chapel. Hours pass. Suddenly, a puff of white smoke rises into the sky. A roar of excitement sweeps through the crowd. The world has a new leader of the Catholic Church. What happens behind those closed doors leading to this historic moment? Let's find out. The selection of the Pope dates back nearly 2,000 years to St. Peter, the first Bishop of Rome and one of Jesus' 12 apostles. For centuries, popes were chosen through various methods, sometimes by local clergy, Roman nobility, or even political leaders. However, in 1274, Pope Gregory XI formalized the conclave system, meaning the College of Cardinals would be responsible for electing the Pope in a highly structured manner. Some elections in history were chaotic, even violent. Rival factions would manipulate the process, causing deadlocks and political turmoil. The longest conclave lasted nearly 3 years because of disagreements. To force a decision, authorities literally removed the roof of the meeting hall, exposing the cardinals to the elements. It worked. They finally elected a pope. Today, the election follows a strict process that has remained largely unchanged for centuries. Let's break it down step by step. The process begins after a sitting pope dies or resigns, a rare occurrence in history. The most recent resignation was in 2013 when Pope Benedict XVI stepped down due to health reasons, making him the first pope to resign in nearly 600 years. Step 1. Sede vacante, the vacant seat. Once a pope dies or resigns, the Vatican enters a period called sede vacante, meaning the Holy See is vacant. During this time, all administrative functions of the Pope are suspended, and the College of Cardinals assumes temporary control. Step 2. The General Congregations. Cardinals from all over the world arrive in Vatican City to discuss the current state of the Church and prepare for the election. Only cardinals under the age of 80 are eligible to vote, which typically leaves about 120 electors. Step 3. The conclave begins. The conclave takes place inside the Sistine Chapel under strict secrecy. Cardinals take an oath of secrecy and are completely cut off from the outside world. No phones, no internet, no media access. They walk in solemnly, knowing that within these walls, history will be made. Step 4. The voting process. Voting is conducted through a series of secret ballots. Each cardinal writes a name on a slip of paper and places it into a chalice. The votes are then counted, and a 2/3 majority is required to elect a new pope. If no candidate reaches the majority, the process is repeated up to 4 times a day. Imagine the tension in the room as whispers fade into silence and the fate of the Church rests on each carefully written name. Step 5. Smoke signals. The moment the world watches. After each vote, the ballots are burned. If no pope is elected, the smoke from the chimney of the Sistine Chapel is black, signaling to the world that no decision has been made. But when a new pope is chosen, the ballots are burned with chemicals to produce white smoke, signifying the Church has a new leader. The entire world waits for this moment, watching, hoping, anticipating history in the making. Step 6. Habemus Papam. We have a pope. Once a candidate is elected, he is asked, "Do you accept your canonical election as Supreme Pontiff?" If he agrees, he chooses a papal name and is dressed in white vestments. Soon after, the newly elected pope steps onto the balcony of St. Peter's Basilica, and the senior cardinal deacon announces to the world, "Habemus Papam," meaning, "We have a pope." The crowd erupts in cheers, bells ring across the Vatican, and millions around the globe watch as the new pope delivers his first blessing. The current pope, Pope Francis, was elected on March 13, 2013. He is the first Jesuit pope, the first pope from the Americas, and the first non-European pope in over 1,200 years. Born as Jorge Mario Bergoglio in Argentina, he is known for his humility, commitment to social justice, and efforts to reform the Church. From rejecting the grand papal palace in favor of a modest guest house to washing the feet of prisoners, Pope Francis has brought a fresh perspective to the Vatican. The longest conclave in history lasted nearly 3 years, from 1268 to 1271, because cardinals couldn't agree on a candidate. To speed up the process, officials removed the roof of the meeting hall to expose the cardinals to harsh weather, forcing them to decide quickly. The shortest conclave lasted only a few hours. A pope can be elected even if he is not a cardinal. Though rare, any baptized male Catholic is technically eligible. In 1978, there were 2 papal elections in the same year, as Pope John Paul I passed away just 33 days after his election, leading to the swift election of Pope John Paul II. So there you have it, the fascinating and highly secretive process of electing a new pope. It's a tradition steeped in history, faith, and global significance. If you found this video insightful, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to Brainy Bytes for more intriguing case studies and deep dives into fascinating topics. Let us know in the comments. What do you think about the process of selecting the Pope? Would you change anything? Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay curious.